What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. First of all, I worked, so I watched the fights. I DVR'd them. Just got finished. I'm fucking tired, but I want to touch bases with you guys and briefly go over the fights. I'm not gonna do an extra comprehensive depiction of the fights. It's really just gonna be an overview. So as far as the Peter Quillin versus Gabriel Rosado, it was a good scrap. Very tough, very competitive for both guys. Early on the fight, it looked like Quillin was controlling the pace. He even knocked down um, Gabe. Earlier, he made his glove touch the canvas, which is a knockdown. And all of a sudden, after that second round, Rosado spoke with his corner, and it seemed like he started coming on stronger and stronger, possibly figuring out something to move Quillin to get him to back up. So it was all in all, it was a good scrap. Um, it was stopped, and Rosado lost via TKO because a nasty cut was opened up with a Quillin jab in the previous round. Um, so in the middle of the action, the ref stopped it, moved over to the corner, had Rosado see the doctor. Rosado was pleading like, "Yo, don't stop it, please. I can see. I worked my whole life for this. Just don't stop it. It's a championship fight. I'm hurting him, and it's a competitive fight. I'm still in it. I can see." And the doctor waved it off like, "Nope, this fight can't go on. The cut's too nasty." Um, Frankly, I think that's some fucking bullshit because the fight was just getting good. We wanted to see how both of those fighters looked in the championship rounds. It looked like Quillin was more or less getting his Juan Manuel Marquez on, and he was getting backed up, having to counter. And Rosado was coming forward, kind of like a Pacquiao. I'm not comparing their styles, but I'm saying in the later rounds, Quillin was playing more of the counterpuncher and just picking off his shots. And Gabe Rosado was working. He was working tough, and he had a good work rate. And an unfortunate cut stopped the whole action. So I'd be anxious to see what would have happened in the fight. Would Quillin have pounced on him now that he had a vulnerability exposed in Rosado? Would Rosado have come on stronger? He's a Philly fighter. He's very tough. Um, it was a good scrap. I thought the scoring was bullshit when they revealed the judges' scorecards. Someone had it Quillin as a shutout, and Peter Quillin's my dude. I've done 2 interviews with him. Um, I wouldn't give it a shutout though. I mean, just being objectively, um, looking at a fight objectively, like I always do. I'm not going just because I know somebody. I'm not gonna favor them or say they won every single round. It just doesn't make any sense. So, entertaining fight, good fight. Props to Quillin, props to Rosado. Seems like Rosado just has a string of bad luck in the J. Leon Love. A lot of people thought the hometown fighter, J. Leon Love, because he's from Vegas or he resides in Vegas, and he was part of the money team. And this was on the Mayweather Robert Guerrero undercard. Rosado fought him, and a lot of people thought Rosado should have won that fight. He actually knocked J. Leon Love down. J. Leon Love didn't knock Rosado down at all. And J. Leon was able to retain his undefeated record. And these are just 2 extra blemishes on Rosado's record. I just feel bad for the guy because, like I said, he's a game competitor. And he's had a tough, hard road in the sport of boxing. Tough Philly fighter. He definitely takes punches. I mean, I watched the interview on Rosado and he was saying that he was working at Home Depot on night crew, also training. So his record is not really an indication of what he brings to the table because, like I said, he kind of started boxing late. He was maintaining boxing as well as working at Home Depot. Um, he moved up in weight and fought the most feared puncher, Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, and dealt with that. That fight was supposed to take place at a catch weight, but him being prideful said, "Fuck that! I don't do catch weights." Moved up and pretty much couldn't handle Gennady Golovkin's power and assault, and then the Jay Leon situation, and then now his fight was stopped, and we wouldn't have seen what could have happened. So it's just unfortunate, but props to Quillin for taking the fight and doing what he did. Props to Rosado for making a very game effort. It's just unfortunate that a cut was able to cancel all the action, so everything else is a what if. It's kind of like another fight that comes to mind this year is Mikey Garcia versus Orlando Salido. Mikey Garcia was looking great early. He had some knockdowns on Salido, but it appeared that Salido was getting his second win, and possibly Mikey Garcia was fatiguing, and that was Mikey Garcia's first big step up challenge and opponent. And Orlando Salido, as you guys know, has been fighting. He's fought the Gamboas, the De Leons. He's fought the Juanma Lopez back before Juanma was punch drunk and everything. So it would have been interesting if an accidental headbutt did not happen and the fight wasn't stopped due to the Mikey Garcia broken nose. It would have been interesting to see how the more seasoned fighter who looked like they were coming on and applying pressure and looking better than they did the first half of the fight. It would have been interesting to see how that fight would have unfolded. And in the end, all we're left with is oh, what if, or this could have happened, or this would have happened. And that's the same thing with this Quillin Rosado. We don't really know. If they can campaign to make a rematch, I say go for it. Both fighters look like they came in shape, and they came willing to make a statement and came wanting to fight. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a rematch to this fight, and it would kind of clear the air based on the controversial ending, if you will. But other than that, a good fight. Both fighters put their best foot forward. Both fighters landed some good punches and made adaptations. Or, yeah, they made little changes to their game plan based on their opponent. They were forced into making changes, which is always a good thing. So I've seen Peter Quillin grow as a fighter from the Winky Wright fight to now, and I've also seen Rosado grow in the division that he's fighting in, the middleweight division. I think he looks better in recent memory against Jalen Love and Peter Quillin than he did against Gennady Golovkin. Now you can give Gennady Golovkin credit saying he hits like a freight train and whatever Gennady Golovkin did in his amateur background, but I still think, even still, he looks more fluid and he looks more acclimated to that division. So it'd be interesting if we got to see a rematch with Quillin and Rosado. Let me know what you guys think of this fight. Did you like it? Who did you have ahead? What was your scorecard looking like? Would you have stopped the cut? Like I said, I'm all about preserving these fighters' safety because health is number one. If you're dead, you can't continue fighting at all or take care of your family, anything like that. So I'm not saying anyone should get brain damage. Like in the first fight, Deontay Wilder, his opponent was game, but he was getting his ass whooped from the beginning. So that ref stoppage, I'm all for it. I would have done the same thing if I was the ref. This one, I don't know, because at the end of the day, I don't even know if the cut was at that given moment when it was stopped was even bothering Rosado. Like nothing had happened to the point where Quillin was able to pounce on him and Rosado looked helpless. So why stop the fight? The Gennady Golovkin situation a little bit different because Gennady Golovkin was, we all know he hits hard and he was putting a lot of pressure and the cut was nasty from round 2. So let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.